Get the facts right.
We're under multiple watches and warnings as the North Coast braces for more storms. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Karen Breit.
And I'm Nazy. Javid. Scott is off tonight. With the incoming storms moving into the North Coast, the National Weather Service has some severe weather warnings for you. North Coast News' Danielle RADIN went out to Woodley Island to get the latest. Danielle?
Well, today was cloudy with light showers, but I just got done talking to the National Weather Service. They say that is all about to change. They say a flood watch is going into effect starting tonight, going into tomorrow, and they say that can make for some slippery driving conditions out there. So make sure to be careful, especially in areas like Jacoby Creek, which is known to flood in the past.
And if you do notice water on the road, make sure to turn around. Don't drive through that water. We always say turn around, don't drown. It's not worth it.
The National Weather Service also warning that there could be some coastal flood advisories in place for people living in King Salmon and other areas that are known to have flooding. Now, speaking of high water levels, coming up tonight, Arcata City Council is having a meeting to discuss rising sea levels. They want to know what the city can do to help with that. I'm going to be at that meeting. I'm going to have a full report for you tonight coming up at 10 and 11. We're also going to have updates on this flood watch on air, online, and on our mobile app. On Woodley Island, Danielle RADIN, North Coast News.
And a breathtaking sight for drivers headed to the Oregon coast, but a tricky snow-covered adventure for some. Cars found it hard to navigate through the latest winter storm yesterday. Jason Ordway and his family took a quick break before continuing to Cannon Beach. He says the drive has been tricky, but they plan to head for the snow in the Coast Range.
Be safe and be prudent and make sure that they're cautious of other drivers as well.
By nightfall, close to an inch had fallen in the downtown area, with even more in the higher elevations.
And further north, residents at an apartment in Spokane, Washington were surprised, to say the least, when a row of parked cars was discovered trapped under a collapsed carport. One resident blamed the accident on heavy snow from a recent winter storm. The car owners are undoubtedly preparing for a storm of their own, getting their cars out and dealing with insurance.
Meantime, back in Humboldt County, deputies say they detained a woman with a gun in Hoopa. It happened on Little Moon Lane around 11 this morning. Police say a Hoopa tribal officer responded first and found a woman on a porch with a rifle, who then pointed it at the officer. He called the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office. They set up a perimeter and were able to get the rifle from the woman. Deputies say they're not releasing the 22-year-old's name, but she has been taken into custody and evaluated for mental health. No one was injured.
An update for you on the Clayton Lazinski case. We've been following the story as it's developed. Lazinski is the man who led Eureka police on a chase through downtown Eureka back in December. The chase resulted in him being shot by police. He appeared in court on Friday on a slew of charges. Court documents obtained by North Coast News revealed that there is sufficient evidence to hold Lazinski on multiple counts related to his use of a firearm, among other special allegations. The matter is set for arraignment on February 16th.
Further south, a police officer shot and killed a man after responding to a report of a disturbance in the Bay Area.
That's right, Karen. Now, the Fremont officer is recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. All his investigators are piecing together what happened. What we do know is that a busy roadway was shut down last night because of this incident. Ella Sogomanian reports.
In Fremont, a deadly officer-involved shooting shut down a major roadway for hours. Officials say an officer responding to a disturbance opened fire on a suspect, killing him. Police wouldn't say if any witnesses were at the scene.
People will be interviewed, the scene will be processed, the crime scene will be processed appropriately. So it's going to be a at this point, several hour journey.
Maury Avenue was closed in both directions between Blake Howe and Logan Drive. Little is known at this time what led up to that fatal shooting Sunday night around 4:15.
I do not even know if the officer was actually assigned to the detail by dispatch. What I do know is the officer contacted or located one of the involved parties in this earlier incident or altercation.
The officer who shot and killed the suspect is himself recovering in an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We're told, as per the officer's Bill of Rights, he won't be questioned for several hours until an attorney is present, as this is now a criminal investigation.
Our investigations unit with the district attorney's office will now complete a thorough investigation, basically from what happened at the beginning to what resulted.
That was Ella Sogomanian reporting. Police have not yet released the names of the suspect or the wounded officer.
In Mendocino County, deputies responded to a domestic disturbance in Ukiah. On Saturday, deputies say they went to the 1500 block of North Bush Street around 5 p.m. There, they found out a 28-year-old woman had been choked by her husband. This man, 26-year-old Kyle Mitz, who deputies say was upset with his wife, tried to get her off the phone and attempted to choke her unconscious multiple times. Mitz was arrested for felony domestic battery and taken to jail.
Also in Mendocino County, deputies say they found a man known to have an active arrest warrant. They were patrolling the 3000 block of Albion Ridge Road. This was yesterday at around 11 in the morning. There, deputies say they found 28-year-old Ryan Brockway walking along the roadway, and he was known to law enforcement for having an active felony warrant for vandalism, where he was detained and searched. Deputies tell us they found ammunition and over 3 grams of meth on him. Brockway was arrested and held without bail.
And canine units with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office are getting some extra protection. According to deputies, Canine Cam, Canine Reddick, and Canine Doc Holliday are all getting body armor. That includes bullet and stab protective vests, all thanks to a charitable donation from Vested Interests in Canines Incorporated. Delivery is expected within 8 to 10 weeks.
The city of Eureka is going live with new environmental program. The Eureka Parks and Rec Department has started a new program called Eco Eureka. It's part of their mission to conserve resources and enhance the quality of life for Eureka locals. They say their intent is to be a driving force for environmental stewardship within the community. Take a listen.
It's the City of Eureka's brand new environmental program that we began this past year. We're basically going to bring the community together to start a conversation about environmental stewardship as a community and kind of talk about collective goals and visions for what we want Eureka to be, because it's our home.
And Eco Eureka wants to invite you to join in on the conversation. Outreach efforts will include meetings to inspire locals to lessen their carbon footprints. The kickoff event will be held at 5 p.m. on Monday, February 13th at the Wharfinger Building on the Marina. Complimentary food will be served, and participants are encouraged to bring a reusable water bottle.
And check this out, a gray whale that washed up here on the North Coast. The sightings were reported Friday in Petrolia. The 40-foot whale apparently got turned around by the tides and faced belly up as of today. Viewers tell us that 1st District Supervisor Rex Bone went out to take photos on Saturday, and they say HSU students used the opportunity to learn by taking samples of the beached whale yesterday.
Meantime, the North Coast Marine Mammal Center is looking for volunteers in both Del Norte and Humboldt counties. They're looking for volunteers to walk the beach in both counties. The center says this will check if any animals need rescuing, which they can at times help with. Volunteers can also operate the center's gift shop and conduct educational outreach at local schools and community events. An informational meeting will be held on February 28th at 6 p.m. at the Garden Court Cafe inside the Mad River Community Hospital in Arcata.
Multiple hate crimes across the United States.
Coming up on North Coast News, we'll tell you about the anti-Semitic incidents and why investigators are saying they're happening.
And more protests in connection to the Dakota Pipeline Access Project. These rallies happening here in California, all after recent executive orders. Details straight ahead.
Plus, a heavy rain system is expected tomorrow and more showers anticipated Wednesday, all while multiple watches and warnings are in place for the North Coast. First Alert meteorologist Rob Ellington will explain those after the break.
You're watching North Coast News on KAEF ABC 23. This portion of the news sponsored by Northwood Chevrolet and Hyundai.
At Northwood Auto Plaza, what customers think matters. And you can tell what they think by what they're saying. We're your North Coast Superstore for both Chevrolet and Hyundai, where the customer comes first and your time is valued. For over 30 years, we have been and will be there for you.
We're your Northwood Auto Plaza. We're located at 7th and D Streets in Eureka.
The 2017 Nissan Altima. With award-winning safety and forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Take on sudden stops in Nissan Sentra, Altima, and Maxima with intelligent safety shield technologies. Get to your local Nissan store today for 0% financing for up to 72 months or save up to $45.50 on the 2017 Altima.
This may be the best double date ever. Home bake a Papa Murphy's Heart Baker. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
For the next 2 weeks, when you sign up for Suddenlink's Triple Play, you'll get a $100 gift card. Suddenlink knows speed is the name of the game. So get our new Triple Play with fast, reliable, high-speed internet for $77.99 a month. Suddenlink's high-speed internet is 8 times faster than phone company internet. Chat with friends and family, download your favorites, and binge watch to your heart's content. Speaking of fast, the faster you call, the faster you'll get that $100 gift card. But hurry, this offer expires February 12th. Suddenlink, more power to you.
Weekdays on ABC 23.
Welcome back. Good evening. And we are tracking our next storm system that will continue to push in through the rest of tonight. And it's your Tuesday morning, spring another round of very gusty southerly winds. Also some periods of moderate to heavy rainfall. And this is also helping to pull in some warm subtropical moisture. So we're going to see those snow levels climbing the rest of tonight and into your Tuesday. And for most of Tuesday, Wednesday, and for most of Thursday, we're likely going to see snow levels above 8,000 feet. So we're going to see a lot of runoff with these storm systems. So keep that in mind. We are concerned about flooding. So we do have a wind advisory in place for all areas shaded in blue. That's that light blue color for parts of the coast as you head closer to Cape Mendocino and then off to the east and to the inland. Goes into effect at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, all the way through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Gusty southerly winds. Could see some gusts up to 50 miles per hour with this storm system. Now we do have a flood watch in place for 10 o'clock tonight all the way through 4 o'clock tomorrow. We could even see some more of these flood watches issued through the rest of this week as we'll see another strong storm system moving in Wednesday night and into Thursday. It's mainly for urban and small stream flooding, but we will see rises in local creeks, rivers, and streams, and also some ponding on the roadways. So please take it easy as you head through maybe late tonight and into tomorrow morning. We also have a flood watch in place just for the Eel River at Fern Bridge. We are expecting the river to start to move up into flood stage by tomorrow evening, and we'll continue to see runoff through the rest of this week due to these high snow levels and periods of heavy rain. So we've been watching the radar slowly fill in over the last few hours as that moisture starts to spill in from out of the southwest. Again, we are tracking some snow off to the east. We have some cold air that's still trapped in place, but eventually that warmer subtropical air mass will win out, and we're going to start to see all this snow start to switch over to rain. And you'll notice starting to see some higher returns on the radar. The yellows indicating some moderate rainfall starting to push in. So let's walk you through precision cast 7 o'clock all the way through 11 o'clock. Again, widespread rain. Again, still tracking some snow off to the east for the higher elevations. The coastal range keeping most of that cold air off to the east, trapped to the east. But you'll notice through the rest of tonight into Tuesday morning, we'll see some pockets of heavy rain moving through. And you'll also notice starting to see the switching over to rain as that warmer air starts to win out. And we're still tracking some scattered showers into your Tuesday afternoon. But one thing you'll notice, it will be scattered to isolated showers by tomorrow afternoon. It's not a complete washout for your Tuesday, and we'll continue to see some rain chances all the way through tomorrow night, but the best chances for rain really don't arrive until Wednesday morning and into Wednesday afternoon as another storm system moves in. And then we'll continue to see another strong cold front move in by early Thursday morning and into Thursday afternoon. Your rain forecast with the tides on the lower banner, we are expecting south winds at 15 to 20 knots tomorrow with gusts to 30 knots. Waves out of the southwest at 7 feet at a period of 13 seconds. We do have a small craft advisory that goes into effect this evening. So let's take a look at the gust. This is right around 2 a.m. If you'll remember back to that wind advisory, it was mainly for the southern half of Humboldt County. You'll notice the winds not nearly as bad as you head off to the north, even seeing more of a northeasterly wind. So again, with those northeasterly winds in place, that's helping to keep some of that colder air in place to allow for some low snow levels, mainly off to the east into Siskiyou County. And still expecting some gusty southerly winds all the way into your Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, but not nearly as bad as what we'll see late tonight. There's a quickly your forecast for tomorrow. Highs in the mid-50s for Willow Creek and for most of the coast. Very wet and windy through the rest of this week, but drying out by this weekend. Stay with us. More news coming up.
A lot of people say they can take care of your trees, but at Coastal Tree Service, we go out on a limb for you. No tree is too tall, no tree is too small. From shaping to balancing to beautification and pruning to cutting it down. We have the knowledge, we have the people, and when it comes to doing it right and on time, at Coastal Tree Service, we don't monkey around. Call 834-0849 for Coastal Tree Service, because when it comes to your trees, we go out on a limb for you.
Start Start the new year with a new look. That's right, a new look for your home with furnishings from Eureka Home Furnishings. From living room groups to mattress sets, our expert decorators have the helpful advice to make your home a beautiful showplace that you'll love relaxing in, entertaining in, and really living in. 3 levels of dining and living room furniture and the sleep center on our lower level. At Eureka Home Furnishings, where interior design meets exceptional value. At 5th and East Streets, Eureka. Open today.
Tune into Entertainment Tonight for an inside look into the life of a celebrity. Don't miss out on any of the unique stories. See what the lives of your favorite stars are really like. Witness them share and celebrate exciting news and party like there's no tomorrow. And just wait till you see their extravagant lifestyles and hear them share their secrets. Entertainment Tonight.
Weekdays on ABC 23. This portion of the news sponsored in part by Sherry Heights Casino. You're watching North Coast News on KAEF ABC 23 at 6 with Scott Race, Karen Breit, and First Alert meteorologist Rob Elvington. Get the facts right.
Thousands of people converged on downtown Los Angeles yesterday, not for the Super Bowl, but to protest the proposed Dakota Access Pipeline. Activists across the country say it threatens the water supply and sacred sites of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe in North Dakota. Organizers say this was the first anti-pipeline protest in Los Angeles since President Donald Trump signed executive orders to fast-track construction of the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines. The demonstration was the brainchild of Isaac Price, a web designer in Long Beach who created a Facebook page after the executive orders were signed.
A California family is back together again more than a week after the president's travel ban threw a wrench into their travel plans. Ahmed Ali is a U.S. citizen, but his 12-year-old daughter, Iman, was born in Yemen to an American mother and holds a Yemeni passport. The family was to return home to California last Saturday, but even with a valid visa, Iman was stuck in Djibouti because of the ban. Her father stayed with her.
A lot of kids, a lot of families, they got returned that day when I wasn't there in Djibouti. So it's not fair to with that for everybody, because if some people they are bad, that doesn't make everybody bad.
After the judge in Washington state put a hold on the travel ban, she was finally allowed to enter the U.S.
But the president is still holding strong to his ideologies, and today he visited MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida. The base is home of U.S. Central Command and Special Operations Command. There, the president met with senior commanders from those organizations and spoke to them on national security topics. Among the topics he addressed was his strong stance on immigration.
We will defeat radical Islamic terrorism, and we will not allow it to take root in our country. We're not going to allow it. You've been seeing what's been going on over the last few days. We need strong programs so that people that love us and want to love our country and will end up loving our country are allowed in, not people that want to destroy us and destroy our country.
President Trump made the stop while on his way back to Washington after a weekend vacation at his resort in Palm Beach.
A wave of anti-Semitic hate crimes being investigated in major cities across the U.S. Vandals breaking into synagogues and plastering public spaces with swastikas.
But some communities are banding together to stop the hate. Brian Gingras has the story.
On the New York City subway, amongst all the advertisements, hateful messages targeting Jewish people.
Who wants to see that right now?
So Jared Need did something about it.
The light bulb went on. I said, all right, who has hand sanitizer? Alcohol will clean this.
The scrubbing of the anti-Semitic drawings was captured by a fellow New Yorker who posted pictures on Facebook, commenting, "I've never seen so many people simultaneously reach into their bags and pockets looking for tissues and Purell." It went viral, getting the attention of Chelsea Clinton. And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tweeted this picture about a separate swastika found on a train, adding, "This is what New Yorkers do. We turn hate into love." Disturbing vandalism reported in other major cities this weekend as well. In Chicago, police are trying to track down this person who they believe broke out synagogue windows and placed swastika decals on the temple's front door.
Unfortunately, seems to be more of that going on these days.
School officials at Rice University in Texas trying to determine who scrawled this Nazi symbol under the name Trump on a statue in the campus quad. And federal authorities have opened a probe into bomb threats made to dozens of Jewish community centers in 26 states over the past month.
It is significant. We've not seen things like this before. Isolated incidents maybe, but nothing like this.
Back on the subway, Need says he hopes even his small act erases the hate he says he's now seeing more than ever.
If we all come together and, pool what we have, we can get through this, we can fight this, we can resist.
Bryn Gingras, CNN, New York.
Meantime, a Democratic senator is blasting Republicans and the new Supreme Court nominee, Neil Gorsuch. Jeff Merkley of Oregon says he and his fellow Democrats will give Gorsuch a hearing and a vote, even though Republicans refused to allow a vote on former President Obama's Supreme Court nominee after the death of George Antonin Scalia. President Trump is encouraging GOP leaders to invoke the so-called nuclear option if Democrats try to block Gorsuch's approval. Merkley argues they already went to nuclear with Obama nominee Judge Merrick Garland.
And you can really think of what Mitch McConnell did. It was a nuclear option. The theft of a Supreme Court seat has never been done before. Never before has a majority refused to hold a conversation and a vote. And so, therefore, we have an illegitimate status, really, for this seat. And you take that, and then you throw in, really, the new nominee, who is of the far extreme right.
Republicans say Gorsuch is well qualified to sit on the nation's highest court, being that, according to some, in their opinions, Gorsuch's legal philosophies are very similar to the late Justice Scalia.
Covered California has released its stat for this year among young enrollees. Nearly 50,000 signed up for health care coverage from January 29th through the 31st, the final 2 days for the open enrollment deadline. The strong finish is being credited to effective TV, digital, and print advertising. Overall, the demographic of those who signed up, 37% were 18 to 34 years old.
Still ahead on North Coast News.
Craft beer is a staple in Humboldt County, but one new brewing company is setting the bar for a different kind of ale. Full stories after the break.
You're watching North Coast News on KAEF ABC 23.
Hi, I'm John, the executive casino host here at the Heights. What the guests tell us is that they like the environment, hospitality at Sherry Heights, the friendly atmosphere, the employees, that family bond that we have with these people. When people come to Sherry Heights, they're not customers, they're guests. They're part of our family. It's just a fun place. It's a fun place to be.
Welcome to entertainment. Welcome to fun. Welcome to winning at Sherry Heights Casino.
Roundtable's reunited two favorites in the crispy pepperoni and bacon pizza with mini pepperoni, big pieces of bacon, and now even better with fresh mozzarella. Just $17.99 for a large. Order online or come in and see what all the noise is about. Roundtable, the last honest pizza.
Who says baseball players don't enjoy a rain out every now and then?
Ford F-150, the official truck of Madison Bumgarner, and days off everywhere. Buy now and get 0 APR for 60 months, plus $5,500 bonus cash at your California Ford dealer now.
Roundtable's classic and boneless wings are oven roasted, tossed in your choice of 5 sauces from mild to wild, and so full of flavor. Make sure you get a large order to make it through the game. At Roundtable, the last honest pizza.
This is y'all's party. Harry.
Weekdays on ABC 23.
Humboldt County, known for its local products, including multiple breweries, creating delicious craft beers. Now a new one is coming that's going to shake things up.
That's right, Karen. North Coast News' Luis Ramirez talked to the minds behind the new brewery. He joins us live now in the studio with why Eureka is now home. So, Luis, these brewers are bringing a product that's origin is continents away. Is that right?
That's right, Nazy. The Booth Brewery is internationally renowned and was founded in South Korea. I got a special inside look at what goes on there and at what sets them apart from the rest.
People that we meet here ask us the same exact question, which is, why Eureka? Our answer is, this is the most logical place to be to make the best beers in the world. So beers are made out of hops, east, and water. In the north, you have Oregon and Washington and the Yakima Valley. It's the place to get the most fresh hops anywhere in the world. Down south in San Diego and San Francisco, there's these yeast companies, so they're able to ship us fresh brewery quality professional yeast. And just the number of people that have experienced brewing quality beer, there's so much of them in California, whereas in Korea, there's not a lot of experienced brewers.
We want people in our area to enjoy our beer because we're creating a home here, and we want to be able to share the things that we love with them, and that is our craft beer. And it's so important to us to be able to create new tastes and come out with new styles and do something different so we can reach different people.
A lot of people make beer. Like, you can homebrew a beer, and you have 5,000 breweries, so which means it's obviously not that difficult to make beer. Because we're always thinking about ways to make the best beer in the world and then also deliver it to you, that's what sets us apart.
We're bringing our American beer to Korea, but we want to bring Korea to America, too.
It's a really exciting country to be in for craft beer.
Now, production hasn't started yet. That is scheduled until next month. If everything goes as planned, people can expect to see the beer in shelves in April. They also tell me they're working on opening a tap bar in the future. Live in the studio, Louis Ramirez, North Coast News.
Pretty neat. All right, thanks, Louis. And stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching North Coast News on KAEF ABC 23. North Coast News. Get the facts right.
We spoke to Pen Air to find out more about several recent flight cancellations. After a few of our viewers reported having their flights canceled with Pen Air, we decided to dig deeper. A Pen Air representative tells us they have been forced to cancel numerous flights at the Redwood Coast Airport in Humboldt County for the past 5 days due to mechanical issues on some of their planes.
North Coast News. Get the facts right.
I've got a date tonight.
Oh my God.
It's a slut-shaming thing. You are caught up in a murder investigation.
I was there that morning.
Were you alone? Just how depraved is this town?
And where did you get those thigh-high boots? They're amazing.
Riverdale. New hit series Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
Want lotion for skin that glows?
Skin that glows? My skin gets so dry and itchy, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Skin Repair. 48-hour moisture in one use and guaranteed relief for dry, itchy skin. Thanks to O'Keefe's, I got my skin back.
Fireworks of flavor!
Fireworks of flavor? My lips get so dried and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Lip Repair. All-day moisture in one use and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips. Thanks to O'Keefe's, I got my lips back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Coast Central Credit Union.
News and weather updates, check out our news app.
ABC World News is next, and Karen will see you at 10 and 11. Good night.
You're watching North Coast News on KAEF ABC 23.
Ready to experience the Coast Central Credit Union difference? Here's what our members had to say.
Arcata Playhouse does its banking with Coast Central Credit Union, and we feel that the business supports the community, and that's important to us.
We work a lot of nights and weekends, and online banking is invaluable for us to have access to our accounts when the bank is closed.
Because they're local, the service is fantastic, the 7 days, all the people are super nice, there's phone support. What's not to like?
U.S. Cellular delivers a strong signal where other networks don't. Why? Because people like to go places and do stuff with their phones. U.S. Cellular put towers where most others don't. So people can schedule a chiropractor visit out here. Or catch the game live way over here. Isn't that what you pay for? A stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Old Town Coffee and Chocolates has been a gem of Old Town Eureka for over a decade. Now you can also enjoy their exceptional coffee and treats in Henderson Center. Their freshly roasted coffee and selection of teas are the perfect